Fox News alert, Diddy was arrested on sex trafficking and racketeering charges, and the judge denied him bail. Tonight, Primetime's getting an inside look at what Diddy's being accused of. What we learn could bring the whole music industry down and might explain how Diddy got away with it for so long. The feds say Diddy created a criminal enterprise that engaged in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. At the center of Diddy's criminal enterprise, drug-fueled sex parties. They're called freak-offs. Diddy lured women into his world and then manipulated them to participate in highly orchestrated sex acts with male prostitutes while Diddy watched and pleasured himself. Diddy gave out drugs at the freak-offs to keep victims obedient and compliant. These freak-offs could last days. Victims were given IVs to replenish fluid and then keep going. Diddy was known for throwing star-studded parties, but we don't really know who came to the freak-offs. We do know if you didn't freak off with Diddy, there were consequences. Diddy would threaten to kill your career, or worse. If you didn't do what Diddy wanted, he got violent, punching, kicking, and dragging women by their hair. Diddy had complete control over his freak-off victims. He had control of their housing money. He even tracked their location. And Diddy filmed the freak-offs, so he had the video for blackmail. Diddy's freak-offs have been going on for 15 years. That's a lot of tapes. The feds have their hands on all of them. They raided 2 of his homes earlier this year and walked out with his computers. They also seized freak-off supplies, drugs, guns, and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube. He also had 2 AR-15s stashed in his bedroom with the serial numbers scratched off. Today, Diddy pled not guilty and offered up $50 million for bail. But the judge denied him. Diddy's staying in jail. The judge said he's concerned about Diddy's substance abuse and anger issues and said he was a flight risk. Diddy's lawyer says he's going to fight.
We're going to fight this case with everything we have, as is he, and eventually he's going to be shown to be innocent. And so tomorrow we fight again, and we'll fight every day until we don't have to fight anymore.
Diddy had a lot of pull in Hollywood and Washington. Remember, Diddy was a Democrat community organizer for years, running the Vote or Die movement. Diddy's freak-offs were an open secret for insiders. Everybody knew about him. Nobody tried to stop him. This is a lot bigger than Diddy. You can't get away with 15 years of freak-offs without a little help. Did other music moguls get in on Diddy's action? Diddy's the one taking the hit. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. If Diddy flips, he could take the whole music industry down with him. Chris Hansen's the host of Takedown with Chris Hansen on True Blue, and Jaco Booyens is an anti-human trafficking advocate and founder of Jaco Booyens Ministries. Jaco, we'll start with you. You predicted this was going to go down this way. What do you think's next?
Yeah, Lady Justice needs to deliver, Jesse, and thank you for having me on. Those names of the record label executives now need to be mentioned. All those complicit have to come out. It's time for justice. America needs justice when it comes to the exploitation of persons, when we know trafficking is rampant across the border, and these guys normally get away with it. It cannot just be Diddy. This has to be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
So they have the tapes, they have the financials, and they have plenty of victims ready to come forward. Do you expect the feds to go up the food chain? Is Diddy the kind of guy that's going to sing or not?
Look, everything he's done is literally by definition human trafficking, sex trafficking, extortion. So I think what should happen here and what will happen is they're going to throw the book at him, potentially offer him a deal. You know, he could potentially get 30+ years in prison. Allegedly, minors were at these parties at times. That is to be proven. But if that's the case, now you're looking at life. And I think this guy will sing. The canary may sing, Jesse, but we need those names of the record label executives, those who started his career, funded the freak-offs, paid women off, kept them silent. It's time.
Yeah, we don't want to see another Epstein situation where it gets swept under the rug. Chris Hansen, you know a lot about the situation. You've been covering it for a while. What do you see happening?
Well, I think that he's exactly right. We are going to see a lot of posturing. You can't have these charges, human trafficking and racketeering, committed by just one person. Other people were involved. So you have to believe some of the people are cooperating in this investigation. What I found interesting was the letter sent by the U.S. attorney to the judge to deny bail for Diddy. It talks about the danger he poses. It talks about the fact that this video of Cassie being beaten by Diddy was because Cassie was trying to escape a freak-off at that very hotel. They talk about the weapons, the money that he has access to, and you have to start wondering how many high-level music executives and other members of the talent side of this business knew about this. Already today, one high-level music executive has announced an early retirement. So is this the beginning?
Of course, that was a coincidence. They always say it was a long-planned retirement. When you see the serial numbers on a rifle obliterated, and those rifles are in your bedroom, what does that tell you?
It's a criminal enterprise. Look, there's only one reason why you drill out numbers. There's only one reason why you have a drum magazine that carries 59 rounds of .223 high-powered ammunition. It's for killing. It's for threatening. And when you combine this with the allegations of arson and threatening and trying to coerce witnesses and recording those conversations, it adds up to a lot of trouble for Diddy.
He's in a lot of trouble, and other people might be. Chris Hansen, Jocko, thank you so much.
Absolutely.